Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Cancer. If Cancer is your solar, lunar, ascendant/rising sign, then this is a message for you. Okay, let's get started. Let's see what these tea leaves have to say today. Okay. And so, our card is, for this reading, the Ace of Discs. I'm feeling a little bit silly today. It's Sunday. I'm doing my readings earlier than usual. I've had a fairly nice weekend. Nothing to complain about, really. And so I feel a bit silly. All right. So let's see. Trying to figure out, what is this person doing here? It looks like somebody kind of, their head's here, they're kind of bent over or leaning forward. I almost think it's like they're digging into the dirt, which kind of makes sense to me because up here we have a shovel. Okay, and it's only half of it. It looks like part of it is in the dirt. So I feel like this really does resonate with the Ace of Discs energy, that real earthy, getting in there, beginning new projects, finding activities that help you get into that place of deep awareness. Okay. I think also you are thinking about doing the hard work to create the environment, the lifestyle that you want. And of course, this often has to do with finding ways to make money, resources, kind of aligning your motivation with your creativity, your, the things that you are dreaming up for yourself. And it seems that you are really there in that work. I feel like in this particular cycle, though you are always working on things, I feel like in this particular cycle, this is more of a kind of getting down and working with your hands, like building things. I'm trying to think, maybe, well, I mean, it doesn't have to just be building things, but I'm picturing you kind of tinkering, right? Doing some kind of complex thing. If it is something that you are already skilled at, or something that you are kind of learning more about. But I feel like there's a great focus. Okay, you're kind of lost in that work. The outside world does not exist to you. You are kind of in your holy place, right? Which is within your interests, your kind of hyper focuses, fixations, and really, I think this is where you shine the most, is when you are in that thing that you love to do. It doesn't have to actually be like your beloved activity. But when you get into that flow place, that's where you like to be. When things kind of smoothly meet you, your psyche kind of brings in all of that information and transmutes it into whatever it is you're going to be working on, or, you know, whatever the output is. And I see up here we have kind of a goddess figure. I almost kind of imagine the waters pouring out and kind of overseeing this work. And so I feel that this is a anointed endeavor. Okay, whatever it is that you are working on, whatever you're going into working on, the universe, the divine, you know, whatever goddesses, you know, kind of smile upon you, they are definitely blessing your your endeavors. And so yeah, I just think that, you know, this time of year, this little between as we transition into the darker months, I feel like a lot of us are burnt out. Okay, and if you're in the southern hemisphere, maybe going into the longer days, right? But feeling weary from those cold months. Now you're probably fully almost into like summer in the southern hemisphere, most of it anyways. But here in the northern hemisphere, we are starting to see the days get much shorter. We've been busy. We've been doing a lot. There is a sense of weariness. But I think also kind of an opening of the heart, because we are drawn into more of our interior spaces. You know, there's something that feels a little bit shifty, restless about being inside too much during the warm months. Now, if you live in a place that gets very hot, then these are, you know, your months to kind of hide away in the AC or whatever kind of, you know, cooling that you have, if any. And then, you know, this fall is like a breath of fresh air. You know, we can really release some of the tension of that hot, oppressive weather. But I think that, you know, there's just these few weeks where it kind of, this transition into that other place kind of can feel, I don't know what it is. What am I thinking? It almost feels timeless, lawless. Just trying to force yourself through some of the responsibilities, the routines. And so I see, as we come to the end of this in-between place, you are singularly focused on this work that has been waiting for you. And it has been waiting for you. And I think that this is not unlike returning home, right? You get to that place where you feel comfortable. You can sit down. Everything you need is where it should be. You, you know, have maybe the music or the show you're watching on in the background. You can put on your little spectacles and, you know, get to work in your laboratory or whatever it is. And that feels right. you know? It's kind of your own little bubble from the world. And so I am excited to see what becomes of this. Where are you going? What are you creating? What will it look like? What will it sound like? You know, how will we receive you? And we have a fairly large heart. This is in that physical, emotional place. You are, I think, in a pretty steady and consistent motion of love. Love and to be loved. I think that, you know, things are just kind of working out in such a way where this is less of a problem than it maybe has been in the previous readings or months before this, prior to this reading. I think that time schedules are working out. You know, your will is there. You are being met with similar energy. And so these are all good things. These are good signs. And there's not a lot of fuss having to be put into figuring out how to align with your person or with yourself or, you know, with the universe, whatever it is that you are in love with some divine thing. It's all kind of just happening. Okay. Okay, and so I see a person, the heart becomes kind of a cave. I see a person wearing a dress or maybe a robe coming out. I see somebody kind of beckoning to them, calling out for them. And so I feel like maybe this is a romantic time for you, actually. Maybe, you know, in this work, in this place of feeling well and productive, you are like your heart is sinking. There is a love to be announced, to be, you know, shouted from the rooftops. And I think that you will take your time with this. This is something that, you know, doesn't always come easily to you. But when you feel it, you feel it. And you are going to honor this love endlessly as you as you do. And I think it will be received well, you know. I think it always is. And you know, a Cancer is an ever partner, I think. Even if things don't work out, there is kind of the endless tie to heart to heart. And you know, that can be a beautiful thing, that can be a very painful thing. But you all are those who honor your devotions and devotees, and that is something I admire greatly. And you know, I think that you know, this is what gets you into those deeper places further in the work than most. The ability to you know, experience the mysterious things, occurrences, secret utterances and symbols and all the things that come to you. It is very potent. And they come to us all, but when you have your heart aligned in such a way, when you never give up on what you know you have given yourself to, even if you've walked far away from it. you know, and this is maybe one of the more beautiful things about Cancers. But at the same time, you will not put up with anything. You don't put up with anything. You are not messy. And so, you know, although you may be devoted and loving and, you know, all these things quietly, it is not... You're not something to be messed with, not somebody to be crossed, and that is for sure. Okay, so what else do we have? We have, it looks like a person holding an E-N right here. We have this kind of interesting, it looks like a person maybe standing on, I almost think of like a lamp. I feel like, well, as I'm looking at this, it really seems to me that there's some relationship to maybe smoke, maybe some kind of divining through smoke, or, you know, something coming... some kind of vision coming through something related to smoke. Maybe plant medicine, I don't know. But it seems very, we have a person standing here. We have what looks like a person sitting here. It looks like an E, an N, or an E and a U. And then up here I have an eye, like an eye, an actual eye. So something watching over. But it seems like almost like meeting at the cliffs, okay? And I can't help but think that this is some kind of delirium, or altered state, dream space. So look for some kind of messaging in that realm. Definitely I think that not only is there smoke, but I know that the spider will be bringing you a message for sure. So look for that. Listen for it. And it's, you know, it's always in love, if you can believe that or not. Okay, so we also have, we have a bird who is flying, and then we have a person who looks like they're cloaked, kind of wandering. So we have the hermit, the ever hermit, which is always in my mind. I don't know why the hermit is not related to Cancer, really. But the ever hermit, and going about its way, his way, her way, their way. And we have a bird above head. And we have the hawk energy. Okay, so not only a messenger, but a messenger with high intellect, right? These are higher forms of thinking. These are existential things, philosophical things. These are changes in fundamental understandings of your own life, of the, you know, the world around you, and, you know, meanings of things. So I think that obviously with the hermit, we have the hawk, we have, you know, a little bit of emotionality, maybe some anxieties. I feel that you are really in an introspective place, but this is what fuels your work. This is what keeps you going. This is, you know, never being quite comfortable with anything is the thing that keeps Cancer moving, okay? All right, so we have the lightness of being affirmation cards, and this is the earth element. I accidentally started the next cycle with the same card, so here we are. We're doing them again. I love this little bird one. I've never seen it, so we're just going to go off the top. So it says, epiphany, serenity, welcome the sounds of nature and the fragrance of life. Romance with your heart. Yeah, I think that makes sense, you know. I feel that the stimuli is so important for you. Things have to be in a certain way, atmosphere, for you to get into that deeper place of work. And so do that how you must. But, you know, let those natural occurrences happen too without getting so frustrated, so on edge about them. And the romance, I mean, it's there. This may completely be, you know, within self, the beloved. That is one of the most enthralling romances there can be. Sometimes it is overwhelming and intoxicating, and you know, it is the path to the divine for many. So I think that there is a deep sense of knowing and appreciation there as well on your part, because you know this. Okay, so Cancer, I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to tell you thank you. I love you. I will miss you. No, I'll be here in just a few more days with your next reading. But if you would be so kind as to like the video, it helps us get into the algorithm. And the algorithm really is the ruler of all things. And we like to make that algorithm happy by giving it the engagement that it wants. That those are things like liking the readings, sharing the readings on other social media platforms, watching them from the beginning to the end, the whole video. Of course, you don't have to do any of these things, but if you are so inclined to support the channel in some way, which I appreciate, these are some of the easiest ways to do that. Other than that, if you have not subscribed, please think about doing so. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. And if you want to leave a comment, I would absolutely love, it would be one of the happiest things in my life is to hear from you. I am on a social media break for at least 6 months, I imagine. A detox. I do it every year. So this is my outlet to the wild unknowns of the internet, engaging with others. And so I would love to hear from you. I'd love to know what's going on. It really makes me happy to get to know you all. And I'm thankful for each of you. I think that we've become a little community here, and I love that. And yeah, so anyways, I thank you. I don't know why this thing keeps getting so, I guess maybe because it's during the day, it's just gets so bright on the video. But anyways, I thank you. And we will talk again really soon in like 4 days, I think. Maybe it's 5 days, I don't know, but it's soon. All right, Cancer, thank you. Bye.